In this video, we are going to look at array method sort, which is used for sorting an array to ascending and descending order. So here we have a colors array and we can use sort here. So we can just say colors.sort. This is the simplest way of using sort. As soon as you do that, the array gets sorted in ascending order based on A, B, C, D, E. And this is called alphabetical sorting. So it starts from, so here you can see the first element is dark blue, second is aqua, but because aqua starts with A, it will come first here. Similarly, what if I want to do the same thing here with numbers? So I can say numbers.sort. And if we look at the value, you can see the first value is 1 and that is perfectly fine, but the second one is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 came after this. So sort method does a thing called string sorting. So instead of sorting it based on number, the sorting happens based on string. What do I mean when I say that is when you say A is greater than capital A, it is true because A has lower index than this one. Similar, because the precedence is decided like this, smaller a, b, c, d, e, f, g, h, and keep going on to x, y, z, and then you have capital like a, b, c, and keep going on to x, y, z. So this is the precedence. The smallest one is smaller a and the biggest one is capital Z. So similarly, what if I do 1 greater than 2? That is perfectly fine, it will return false. Similarly, what if we do 2 greater than 1? It returns true. 11 greater than 2. So it is true, 11 is greater than 2, but what if I change this value to string? And now if we look at the value, it returns false. Because when you are comparing numbers, the value is compared, but in string, the comparison happens based on alphabetical. So it's like if you have something like AA and you want to check if is it less than AAAB, that is true because it is less than B because we have, so first is always A, AA, AAA, and you can keep going on alphabetically. So here sort method performs string sorting, and that is the reason when you do numbers.sort, it will sort the number based on that. So here you can see number starting with 1 and this number is starting with 1, and because of that this is bigger than this. So here if you say 12 is smaller than 4, because both are number, it is false. But what if you change it to string? It will become true. And so sort does string sorting all the time. But obviously when you're doing it like this, it is not useful when it comes to number. For string it is working properly, but for string it doesn't work. That is where you can also pass a compare function inside sort. So what I can do is instead of just saying numbers.sort, I can also pass a compare function based on which sorting is decided. So here I can create a function named compare function, and that function will get access to 2 elements. You can call it A and B. The reason you're getting access to 2 elements is because this is about comparing values, and you cannot compare value with itself. You will have to compare 2 different values. So the rule of compare function is compare function can return 3 different type of value, that is negative, positive, or it can return 0. If it is returning a negative value that is less than 0, A will remain the first element. If it is returning a positive value that is greater than 0, so B will become the first element, and when it is 0, everything remains the same. So these are the 3 conditions that compare function needs to follow. So here, from here, we can just say return, and here we have 2 values. We need to return a positive, negative, or 0 value. So what I can say, I just want you to return A minus B. So what is happening here is, say for example, for the first time the value is 1, the value of A is 1, and the value of B is 4. So 1 minus 4 will be minus 3. And in that case, what will happen? A will remain first because it is less than 0. So 1 will remain first and 4 will remain second. And let's just shuffle it so we understand it is working properly. So I have changed the value here so we can sort it in ascending order, because earlier it was already sorted in ascending order. So the first time the value is negative, so A will remain first, so 1, and now these two values will be sorted. So again it will be negative value, so 4 will remain on top. So again, if you compare this, it will be a positive value. So 5 will come, because 5 is B right now, so B will come first, and that is how it will sort. So let's see, if you refresh this value and look at the value of numbers, here you can see the value at index 2 is 265, and that has been pushed to last. And the value is sorted. What if I, instead of saying A minus B, I can just say B minus A. So in that way, it will do in descending order. Let's look at numbers, and it is doing it in descending order. So it is like biggest number comes first and the smallest number comes at last. So sort function accepts a compare function, and that compare function needs to return a negative, positive, or 0 value. If it is returning negative, then A will remain the first, and if it is returning positive, B will remain first, and based on that, the output will be calculated. So here the output will be in descending order. One thing to notice is like sort method always mutates the original array. What do I mean when I say that? Is here we applied this method on numbers. Even if on index 2 we have 265, that will get mutated when we look at numbers value. And look at this, the value got changed. So sort mutates the original array. Say, what if you don't want them to mutate it? So the way to do it is create a clone of numbers array and sort that, and you can store it and say sorted. Now what I'm doing, I'm creating a clone of numbers and sorting that one. So original one will not get sorted, and now if you look at numbers, it will remain same as it is, and when you look at sorted, it will be the sorted array. So in this video we learned about sort array method. Normally sort does string sorting, and that is sorting based on string values. You can also pass an optional compare function to it, and that compare function needs to return 3 of the values, that is negative, positive, or 0, and based on that it will sort the array either to ascending, descending, or whatever factor you want it to be.